Children from fatherless homes in this country, 5 times more likely to commit suicide than children who have a father in the home. 32 times more likely to run away. 20 times more likely to have a behavioral disorder. 14 times more likely to become sexually aggressive or commit rape. 10 times more likely to engage in drug abuse. It just breaks my heart. No heat, no judgment.
A woman will open up and say, you know what, not having my father really is a problem, really is an issue. And I wish we could get more black women to just point out, wait a minute, it's not cool that your kids don't have that father. It's not cool that you didn't grow up with yours. It's not, I don't need no man. It's not fathers don't matter. It's not niggas ain't shit. It's actually we as a people, we as a culture, we as a community have to deal with each other. And in dealing with each other, if we're creating children, if we're having little innocent beings who only thing they know about themselves is what we present about ourselves. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you guys. If you are a Jew and you know that you must be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, that matters. Your goal is higher. What you want to be in life is exalted. But if you think about what happens with us as black men, our goal in life is where? What do we have to look up to? Who do we have to look up to? Was our fathers impressive? Was our grandfathers impressive? It doesn't even matter what you say sometimes to your children. It's what you do. It's what you have. It's the presence you command. It's the maturity of how you deal with each other and deal with other people. And that's the biggest thing we need in the black community. Where does that start? To me, it's with fathers. If your man is confident, your man is proud. When your man is proud, he loves what he has. He protects what he has when he has these situations. And that's when you, as a woman, as a man, as a family, as a community, that's when we'll be better. When we actually care about each other. It starts with the fathers. It starts with the relationship and the children.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life for me. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Woo! And I'm feeling good.
Y'all looking for me? Yeah, y'all looking for me? Well, here I is. Hey, what? Here I is. Woo! Here I is. Here I is. Here I is on another show. I'm about to come with another here I is kind of flow. It's the relationship rehab, and we about to have a good time. And we about to talk some shit that I done seen before. Yeah, it ain't rhyming no more, but I'ma keep going till I can't go no more. Cause that's what I do, cause I was born and bred for this. I got it in my soul, and I don't know. Alright, y'all, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm here, you here, we here, and that's all that matters. Let's do this. Hey, shout out to my man V-City at vcitybeat.com. Thank you, broski, I appreciate you, Alright, so before I get started, I have a question for y'all. But I can't ask this question until y'all see why I'm going to ask this question. So this is kind of just like a pre-questionnaire. This is a pre-questionnaire, and I got this video I need to show y'all in order to move forward. So I'm going to show this video first, and then we going to get into the show.
And I'm very proud before the Judiciary Committee that before he testified, he said to me, Madam Speaker, do you think that I can tell George's daughter that his name will be always remembered because you'll name the bill for him? And I said, well, I'll recommend that to the Judiciary Committee and to the Congressional Black Caucus who have shaped the bill. But I only will do that if you tell me that this legislation is worthy of George Kirby's name.
Who in the fuck is George Kirby? That's all I want to know. Can somebody please tell me who in the fuck is George Kirby? I just want to know. That's like somebody getting up saying, we got this new child abuse this new child abuse lynching bill, and we're gonna call it the Emmett Williams bill. The Emmett Williams bill is gonna protect children from being beaten in any racially motivated crimes. They would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Now, that's what she just did. And all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. As if y'all don't learn shit else about this whole political game, because that's exactly what it is. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. I'm telling y'all keep buying into this shit. This the same bitch that just had on kente cloth taking a knee for this man. And she don't even know this nigga's name. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want a hoe to at least know your fucking name. Doom, 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 doom. Even though the bitch is kneeling in your name. Do, do, do. You want to see where you can be. The trouble's all the same. At the very least, this old ass hoe should know your name. Do, 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 do. I mean, come on, man. I don't understand how we as people, black folk, Asian, whatever, how come we not just looking at this shit for what it is? Do you realize there are just so many people, and this is the majority of black folks. The majority of black folks are literally not voting, or I'm sorry, not voting. Well, some that's not voting, but the majority of black folks are literally voting for Joe Biden just because he ain't Trump. Listen to that. Just listen to. I'm gonna vote for this motherfucker just because this motherfucker ain't Trump. Well, we got the devil running as a Democrat. I'll vote for him. Why? Because he's not Trump. That's what they think of us. They are literally just, and that's why I keep telling y'all, if you don't think that it ain't nothing to this whole racial shit that's just being pushed every single day, y'all niggas dumb enough to think that this is the country finally standing up for black people, you are a goddamn fool. I saw somebody post today on one of their social media pages. The post read, with all of these changes that are going on with race and just with politics and race and all that, something like that. But the question was asked, how come none of this was addressed during the 8 years Obama was in office? And it was simply because wasn't no need to, because their agenda was being met. And it's like the two things, and this is what I'll say about both sides. The Republican side of the game, their tool that they like to use, they want to make you just flat out, they want to use fear from a global point of a global perspective. They want to make you think that everybody outside of America is trying to come and take over America and trying to destroy America, which to some degree is a little bit of truth. But they try to use that to forward their agenda. The Democrat side, what they try to do is they want to use the fear of race. They use fear and they use race. They use it. That's all they do. Everything they do it's fearful because the other side is trying to hurt us, which is the Republicans, and then it's all because we black, or it's because we Hispanic, or it's because we Asian. That's all they push. They play this whole game of just racism. It's all racist. That's why the reason why niggas ain't where they want to be is because of racism. And to think that what this country is today, and to think that the problems that this country has, because we definitely got problems, but to think that these problems that we have are literally because one dude is in office and he's only been there for 4 years, it's insulting to your intelligence if you let people just tell you that. For people like Biden to say, you vote, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. It wasn't a thing of him misspeaking. It wasn't a thing of him really just saying how he felt, because that's his right to. But the thing is that he thinks that black people are that intelligent, or are that stupid to where they would take that and run with it. Yeah, he right. He ain't never said nothing like that about any other race. If you don't vote for me, you ain't white. If you don't vote for me, you ain't Mexican. Check my track record, buddy. Check my track record. We have. And you've been around for over 40 years. And you ain't got shit on the books for black folks. I'm just saying. Yes, I thank you, No Brass. This entire show is dedicated to the memory of George Kirby. May he rest in peace. George Kirby, we know that you're looking down on us and you're smiling on us. This entire broadcast is in loving memory of George Kirby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it's like we have this thing to where and I'm telling you like this, we should all be critical of both sides. Ain't not one side for us. Let the truth be known. Ain't not one side for us. And the whole thing is, if we would just get our shit together and actually come together and then establish a political base, because we don't have one. That's our problem. We do not have a political base. All we want is for somebody to give us some shit and talk about what they did to us, and what they've been doing to us, and it's been over 400 years. That ain't getting us nowhere. Taking Aunt Jemima off the fucking pancake box, getting rid of Mrs. Butterworth's, canceling Uncle Ben's, that ain't shit. So if we're gonna really change something and have something for ourselves, We have to first come together and we have to unite our vote. And we need to unite that vote by saying, hey, here's what we want. Who's going to give it to us? That's it. That's it. But let's go ahead. Let's move into the main event. And I must say, when I saw this, I truly saw it for what it was. And this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because I saw what it is when a man confronts a soft ass nigga. And that's exactly what this was. That's exactly what this was. And it's like and I didn't even know that this dude, Deron Slater, and shout out to Deron Slater. I didn't know that this dude was a YouTuber. I did not know that. I just thought he was just a Trump supporter and he was out there. And when you see this video, this actually just goes, it's so many different confirming levels to this shit, to where I just tell people, if you really believe in what you believe in and you really stand up for what you believe in, as long as you are prepared to take a stand, most people won't fuck with you. They'll talk loud, but they won't do shit. And that's exactly what this showed me. But without further ado, let me get to the favorite part of my show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, shout out to my baby mama. My baby's mama. I love you, honey. Wherever you at. Well, I know where you at, but if you're up, if you're watching, shout out to you. But let's go ahead and let me talk about this. And let me say this too, because I know some people that's gonna look and comment about me talking about Nancy Pelosi, and they say people mess up people's names all the time. You are right. People do mess up names all the time. People misspeak names. It's a natural thing. It happens all the time. However, people who actually are one of the forefront cheerleaders of a particular movement for a particular group of people, and actually wear kente cloth in solidarity for, take knees for, and actually are a part of writing a bill for a person, you usually don't forget their name. A motherfucker who introduced the Roe versus Wade bill, they didn't forget and call Roe Jones. They didn't forget Wade and called him Smith. They just don't do. You just don't do that. When you really give a shit. When you really care. And it wasn't like she said it and then corrected herself. It wasn't like she was like, yeah, George Kirby. Oh, I'm sorry, George Floyd. She was like, George Kirby. Is that it? Can I go now? She was really like, right, Roe versus Williams. It's like, that's what she did. You don't just mess that name up and stick with it. It's like you can misspeak a name and then correct yourself because you heard yourself misspeak the name. You be like, oh shit. Oh, that's just like when I did that show a few weeks ago, and I said the march on, I always mixed up Salem with Selma. I said the March on Salem. That's what I said. I said, yeah, like the March on Salem, that was about civil rights. That was when I was talking about that. I said, wait a minute, that ain't right. I always mix it up. It's not Salem. It's not Salem. It's Selma. I caught what I said and was like, yeah, you're right. That's what it is. I've made that mistake several times, but I catch it. I don't say. And last thing I'm going to say before I end the show tonight, shout out to all the people who marched on Salem. Good night. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. So that's my point with all of that. If this is something that's really at the forefront of your career, you are serving the people, you writing bills in this man's name, you taking knees in this man's name, you gonna forget it? Come on, man. Come on, that's like calling. Yeah, I kneeled at the football game in order to support Colin Captain. Who? Colin Captain. You know, the football player. Nigga, you mean Kaepernick? Oh yeah. Right. But let's go ahead and let's watch this, and we're gonna break this down. So what we have here, let me frame this up. What we have here, this black dude that you see with this blue hat on, he got like a anti-Trump or fuck Trump shirt on or whatever. This nigga done got out of his car while these people are outside, Trump supporters, literally just outside chilling along the way, supporting their president, cheering on their president, to the people that drive by and all that kind of stuff. You see they got tents out. I want to say that I don't know if they was waiting for a rally or if they was at the rally or what. I don't know. But they just outside and they Trump supporters. This black dude here get out his car with his camera and starts talking cash shit. I'm talking straight up. It's like if you ever seen or if you ever been in the hood, for those of you who've been in the hood, you know that nigga that be talking crazy, talking loud, but he back it up. And you know how people get around, how people act when they're around that nigga, where he just be coming around talking crazy and motherfuckers just shut up and don't say shit. This is kind of like the dude he's trying to portray until he runs up against another real nigga. And that's what this nigga didn't encounter, and he didn't count on. And this is my point about all these motherfuckers that do this shit. This is a main reason why I say real men. I'm talking niggas who are really standing on what they believe in. When you take a stand against a puss ass nigga, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is why I say when you in the hood, niggas in the hood and all that shit, man, start standing up against these young ass niggas, because these young ass niggas don't know shit about no real opposition. All they know is talking loud and shooting. When your ass is standing there ready to shoot, pistol in hand first, these niggas ain't wanting it. They want to run around. Even when you watch these shootings nowadays in the crowd, what do you see? You see niggas running around, sneaking around, going to the car, pull out their gun, then they fire, and then they run. You don't see niggas standing there rocking that motherfucking slide back and saying, nigga, make a motherfucking move, I'ma bust your ass. You don't see that. You see these niggas scary. You see these niggas ready. They got their hand on it, but they take their hand off. They put their hand on it. They're doing the hokey pokey with these shootings. That's why you got these little boys, like the little fucking 1-year-old boy just got killed. 1-year-old boy just got killed in Chicago yesterday. Ain't nobody standing up to these boys. But watch this shit.
Yeah. You better shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I don't give a fuck how old he is.
No, I can be on his fucking video. Fuck it. Get in your fucking car, go.
You get your motherfucking ass before you get slapped too, bitch.
So when him saying slap too, bitch, I think he done already slapped somebody. I think he already slapped the old man or whatever. I think that's what had already happened. But anyway, you see how much he talking. You see how much shit he talking. He already ready to slap this bitch. He didn't slap the old man. And what?
Fuck you.
Stop.
Fuck you.
Backwood ass bitch.
Get in your car.
Fucking crack ass bitch.
Crack ass
I'll beat
bitch.
the fuck out of all you.
You hear that? I beat the fuck out of all y'all.
What?
Look.
Yeah, on camera.
Watch
On
this.
camera. Yeah, on camera.
Attacking me. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, he did attack him.
And go.
Fuck all you crackers.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's right before you
All
get
right.
slapped too, bitch.
Watch this shit. Watch it again. Just watch how much cash shit he talking. This nigga is ready to kick it off. Watch.
Yeah.
It is Tulsa. They just showed it. Look at the top right corner. It is Tulsa. There it is.
You better shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I don't give a fuck how old he is.
Look at it.
No, I can be on his fucking video. Fuck it.
Fuck.
Get in your fucking car, go.
You get your motherfucking ass shot before you get slapped too, bitch.
Fuck
You hear that
you.
shit? Stop.
Fuck you.
Peckwood ass bitch.
In your car.
Fucking crack ass bitch.
Fucking crack ass
I'll beat the
bitch.
fuck out of you.
Fuck you.
Yep.
What?
Look.
Yeah, on camera. On camera. Yeah, on camera.
Just leave me alone.
Get in your car and go.
Y'all see that nigga standing there, right? Y'all see that nigga standing there. You see this here nigga up on this nag standing there. You see him, all right?
Fuck all you crackers.
Fuck all you crackers.
Yeah.
Sir, please get in your car.
Turn the fucking camera off me.
Please go.
Take that motherfucker.
You hear that? So he just said, I'll slap you too, bitch, like I slapped his ass. You get slapped too. He just said, you crack ass crackers, you peckerwood cracker motherfuckers. I'll take your motherfucking camera, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Fuck you gonna do? Talking cash shit. Talking cash shit. Now let's watch.
Sir, please get in your car.
And you see, everybody's trying to just get him out of there. Sir, please get in your car, sir. And that's why he's steady talking shit. Sir, get in your car, please.
Please go.
Please go. Let's go, sir. He like, I'll take my own sweet time. That nigga ain't going nowhere.
Straight up. Ah, you want the truck?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why his voice so high? Wasn't this the same nigga just saying, yeah, crack ass cracker? Motherfucker, I slap your ass too, bitch. Fuck you, you crack ass bitch. This was just that nigga seconds ago. Why is this nigga voice so high now? I'm just asking. Can somebody please tell me why is this nigga's voice 8 octaves higher than what it just was?
Hell yeah. Straight from Chicago.
Ah, you want the truck?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Straight from Chicago, y'all. All Trump. All Trump.
Look, what? Sound like a bitch. You hear that nigga? He was like, straight from Chicago, nigga. Like, nigga, I said, oh yeah, that's a Chicago nigga right there. Real recognize real. When I heard the nigga talk, I said, oh, this a real nigga. This a real nigga. That nigga is from the hood in Chicago. Where I don't know where the fuck he live, but I guarantee you, I put $500 on it. That nigga is from a hood in Chicago. And that's why that nigga said what he said. Hell yeah, nigga. He ain't talking no shit. Hell yeah. Ain't like, yeah, get your ass out the car. I beat your ass, nigga. You will put that. Hell yeah, nigga. Now what? And stepped up with it.
Too educated to be a house. Never been on the plantation, brother. I never been on the plantation, brother. I never been on the plantation, have you? Have you been on the plantation before? Right.
Look,
so don't ask me about me then. Yeah, okay.
Right.
You're not gonna make me shut up, brother.
Yeah, you hear him? He gonna drop the man, shut your bitch ass up. He like, yeah, okay. You ain't gonna make me shut up. Now, wasn't this the dude who was just willing to slap, or probably slap the old man? We didn't see it, but he said he was gonna slap her too. So that means he must have slapped somebody in order to slap somebody else too. Didn't he just say he was gonna slap the bitch, the white cracker bitch? Then he said, I come take your motherfucking camera to another motherfucker who was just recording the shit. Wasn't that the same tough guy? Wasn't that the same badass? Now when a nigga tell him, shut your bitch ass up, he's like, nigga, you ain't gonna make me shut up, brother. Wouldn't that be the moment where he would get out? Because ain't nobody else challenged him except for the white girl who was getting held back by the white boy. No, mind you that. And the white boy did the right thing because he wound up getting his ass whooped. But when it's another real nigga out there on deck and that nigga didn't say shit to him, and that let you know he wasn't there talking that bullshit, and he wasn't there for no bullshit. He ain't say nothing to him until that black dude said something here. You vote for Trump? What? For real? You vote for Trump? That let you know he a whole ass nigga. Cause that nigga saw him out there the whole time. You gonna wait till you in the car. You've been recording the whole crowd, talking crazy to everybody else, cracker ass crackers, peckerwood ass motherfuckers, and you saw that black dude because you know a black dude amongst a sea of white people is gonna stick out like a sore thumb. And you can see this nigga's the same color as me. Dark ass nigga. So don't be acting like you didn't see him or you didn't notice him. No, sir. This dude stood the fuck out. So why you didn't say shit to him when you was ready to slap everybody? Why you didn't say shit to him when you was ready to take everybody else's camera? Because it looks like to me like this black man is actually recording you too. But you didn't say you was going to take his camera. I wonder why. I would probably, if I'm not the most educated man, but I would probably say that he probably didn't want his ass whooped.
You can talk all jazzy all you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With everything that we're seeing going on in Minneapolis, I mean, with the police defunding and all of that, how does that affect the community there?
So just to summarize it, right?
Sylvester said, to be real, I thought that was you when I saw the thumbnail. Let me tell you something. Sylvester. I ain't never been one to be ashamed of what I do as a man. I've done a lot of good things, and I've done some bad things. Some things I may not want my mama to know about in this life. I have. I will admit that. But let me tell you something, man. I've never been. I have. I've been caught. I've been caught a couple of times in my life where I wasn't prepared to be able to thrive in my environment. I must say, based on the environment that I lived in, I got caught with my pants down a couple of times. Not literally, but figuratively. But that was in my early years. Since probably around the time I got robbed, when I was got robbed at gunpoint. Shit, what was that in like maybe 2000, 99, 2000, somewhere around there? I learned my lesson. That was over 20 years ago. I'm always ready. And this is what I keep telling people, period. Regardless of what's going on in this country, regardless of what's going on in what you see on TV, every last one of y'all, it is your responsibility to be ready to defend yourself and your loved ones at all times. Because this dude, Deron Slater, wasn't looking for no bullshit. He wasn't out there trying to start no shit. But it's always savages that do. It's always savage ass niggas. It's always stupid motherfuckers that be ready to kick shit off. I got another video that I'm gonna do about this white dude who saw some niggas on some motorcycles. He saw some brothers on some motorcycles, and because he thought that they or felt that they were trespassing and was on private property on a private drive, he didn't go down there to ask them to leave. He went down there to tell them to leave with an AR-15 pointed at him. Not in his hand, but an AR-15 pointed at these niggas. And none of them niggas out there had guns. None of them did. And that's my point. Niggas are always, especially good black folks, black Americans, niggas are always getting caught, the good niggas, without they fucking guns. Niggas are always in situations where they don't have guns. Stop doing that to yourself. Am I expecting everybody to go out and be the next motherfucking Neo or Two Gun Pete or some shit like that? No. But you need to be you need to be prepared enough, and you need to be in a situation to where if some shit goes left, another motherfucker don't have your fate in his hands. That's the whole thing. When you in your own home, you need to be ready. When you walk out these doors every day, whether you going to work or going to the gas station to grab a Black and Mild, you need to be ready because you never know. And ain't nobody gonna take pity on you when they trying to just take advantage of you. When they see or they think you are a fucking sheep, they will prey upon you as such. Without remorse. There are bad people in this world, man. There are people who don't give a shit about you in this world. And the only thing that they respect is equal or greater violence. And if you ain't ready to do that, sit your ass at home, shut your mouth, and play victim.
Majority of the people that are there, so they burned down my community. That was my community. That's where I used to hang out at, down there on Lake Street in Minnehaha, right? Yep. So that was my community they burned down. But here's the thing, okay, just in a nutshell. All those people, they want the police. But see, this is typical of liberal policies. They only want what's best for them in that moment. Not longevity. They don't take about the future. They don't think about that. They don't take into consideration. Like, okay, what's gonna happen if we do this? This is why every inner city is basically, I call them modern day plantations. You get your provision, right? You know?
Yep.
No.
He's done by welfare.
Education.
Yep.
A lot of violence to keep people oppressed, and you sell them a false narrative that the white man is against you. You are oppressed. This is America. This is a land of opportunity. And when you look at history, you can be anything that you want to be. All you have to do is work hard at it. And so they talk about there's income.
Shout out to my man Troy Sherman for hitting your boy off on the PayPal. Thank you, sir. On the Cash App. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you.
Quality.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
A lot of people don't want to put in the same amount of effort. So there's effort in equality. And I'm just telling you, my family, I'm from Chicago. I grew up in a gangster liberal family. And basically where I am right now.
Shout out to Lady Sunday for hitting your boy off with $4. That's what's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I don't talk to the majority of my family because they don't care about facts. I care about.
And I'm telling y'all, when I was hearing this, I was like, damn. I couldn't say nothing but damn. And the reason why is because the majority of my family, my friends, and my associates, they all are the same way. And I don't understand. It is so, it's frustrating to a degree, but it's sad too, because it's like, if I can show you 1 + 1 = 2 and you still tell me, no, I don't believe it, then it's like, well, damn. What are we to do? When you can't look at the science of a thing, when you can't look at the factual data, and then you still just will not acknowledge, let alone accept what something really is, it's so saddening. It's depressing. And it brings me back. And every time I have one of these discussions with somebody that I know or one of my loved ones, always after I reflect, because after I have discussions and stuff like that, I reflect on the shit. And I think about, like, man, what I could have said better, how I could have better articulated myself, what that person was trying to say to me, if I understood, if I agreed, at least to some degree as to what they were saying. And I always get this thing at the end. I think about fucking Thanos telling Tony Stark, I know who you are, Tony Stark. You are not the only one that is cursed with knowledge. And the whole idea of knowledge being a curse, it is so true. It is so true. And it's not that you know more than everybody. It's not that you smarter than everybody. It's not that you think you better than everybody. It's a thing of just saying, as we all go through life and we are all growing, we are learning, we're growing, we're learning. It's organic that you are learning and getting better. And when you go through that and you see the facts, when you do research and you get the numbers and you show exactly what something is, and they just don't want to accept it, don't want to even attempt to look at it and say, well, yeah, I could see why it's like this. It's truly a saddening thing. And it is lonely, because I swear to y'all, the more shit I learn, the lonelier and the smaller my circle gets. I swear to y'all. And I'm telling y'all, to anybody else that's out there, when you start doing that shit, especially being the first in your family to switch shit up, especially being one of the first people in your family to change your ideas, to change the way you think, to just start doing shit differently, I promise you this. the price that you're gonna pay is loneliness. It is. The more that you show, hey man, these are facts. Hey man, this is raw data. These are the straight numbers. It's just like how people, and I can tell you recently how I just had to say, I gotta let this shit go. Recently, on my Facebook, we were talking about the 104 people that got shot in Chicago. And out of the 104 people that got shot in Chicago, 14 were dead. And I think it was something like, out of that 14 that were dead, I think 5 or 7 of them, like half of them were children. They were children, young people. And the fact that somebody who saw that clear data, those clear numbers, how shit was going on in the hood, a motherfucker had the nerve to just throw this shit out here. Well, 85% of crimes that's committed by white people is done by white people. So white on white crime, how come you don't hear nothing about that? And I thought, and I said, so you telling me 104 niggas shot, 104 people shot in the city, Father's Day weekend, the weekend of Juneteenth, from the day of Juneteenth till Sunday, 3 days, 104 niggas shot, 14 dead. And out of those 14, 7 of them are children. You're telling me that it's important to mention that there is a thing called white on white crime? That is what you're bringing that to the table for. What? You're mentioning that. Why? What does that have to do with it? And then to try to say there's a narrative of black on black crime being a thing. Black on black crime ain't a thing. Black on black crime is a false narrative that's being taught and being put out there by the media. And I said, okay, all right. Then riddle me this. Do you see 12 shot, 10 killed, 2 shot over the weekend, 18 shot over the weekend, 86 killed over the weekend, and it's in white neighborhoods? Do you see 4-year-old kid shot, 2 16-year-old girls, 2 19-year-old girls killed, and it's in the white neighborhoods? Do you see that? And then when I say that, you know what I hear? Fucking crickets. Nothing. If you look at the numbers of the DOJ, yes, it's going to be more white people committing crimes, not violent crimes, but crimes than black people because it's more of them. They are the fucking majority. It makes sense. So why are you trying to make it seem as though white on white crime is a thing when you're talking about straight up gun violence in the inner city? That ain't got shit to do with white folks. But niggas love to lie, and they love to believe the lie. They love it. That's my shit. Hashtag that. Niggas love to lie. If there's a lie to be told to where it absolves niggas of responsibility and accountability, sign them up. I'm with it. You can't tell me that out of a weekend where you have that many people get shot, you're not going to tell me that there's ever been a time where 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 shootings have happened and it's disproportionately white folks. Oh, it was all white folks that did it. I said, when was the last time you heard of a drive-by shooting or a shooting happening in a white neighborhood where 12 people got shot at a barbecue? When was the last time you heard it? When was the last time you heard of 12 people getting shot at a repast in a trailer park? I'll wait. Pull up the article. Show me the actual story. Send me the link. You don't see it. But niggas love to bring up shit that don't matter, that don't impact and don't have a true, it doesn't even hold water to what it is we're talking about. We talking about the fact that there's so much gun violence and niggas are doing 95% of the shit. And we the ones that's dying. Why are y'all not trying to understand that that's where the issue is? 104 niggas got shot. 14 of those dead. And we talking about white on white crime. Why? How? One black dude gets maliciously murdered by the police. 4 police officers. Nation in an uproar. 3-year-old kid shot in the back, dead, because his daddy on some fuck shit. Crickets. A few community activists, 2 preachers, and some women with bonnets. That's all we get. 16, 17-year-old kid at the gas station mentioning how tall a dude is, supposedly. Dead. Dead. Nothing. No media, no nothing. But we feel the need to bring up white people do it too. And I ask you this. When was the last time you've heard of white, Asian, or Latino people talking about black folks do it too? With any problem that they have. When was the last time you've ever heard of that? You talk about Hispanic people and all of the shit that's going on with deportation and all that kind of stuff. Do they bring up black folks? Nope. They don't bring up nothing about black folks, do they? That shit is all about them. And they keep it about them. Because they're the majority of motherfuckers that's getting deported. They're the majority of motherfuckers that want to stay over here because they're the majority of motherfuckers that's coming over here illegally. That's it. So why is it that something that's impacting us at large numbers, why are we worried about what white people are doing? Why are we worried about white people have violent crimes too? Yeah, but they ain't having drive-bys in their own goddamn neighborhoods. Go to a gas station in a white neighborhood and you can even take a nap. You go to a gas station in a black neighborhood and it might be your final resting place. You will get a dirt nap. Think about it in the hood. All of the fuck shit that can possibly happen to you can happen to you, will happen to you, and has happened at a gas station. Niggas get shot at gas stations. Niggas get beat up at gas stations. Niggas get robbed at gas stations. Niggas get hit by cars in gas stations. Niggas fight in gas stations. Niggas get jumped on in gas stations. It happens. Niggas get stabbed at gas stations. Niggas steal from the gas station. You talking about a gas station in the hood, it's like a criminal hub. If a nigga gonna sell you some stolen shit, where's one of the most likely places you either gonna meet that person or that person is already there with the stolen shit? The gas station. The gas station. What does that have to do with anything else as far as aside from the people? Just tell me that. Tell me the things that's going on in the neighborhood to where you say it ain't the people fault. It's this. Pulling the trigger on a gun, shooting up a lady car and killing her 1-year-old son. What does that have to do with white supremacy and racism? I'll wait. to make a decision to see a nigga that you got beef with and to shoot that nigga's car up, tell me where a police officer or a racist cop played a part in that shit going down, then I'll understand what you're saying. Because we have more of that shit happening than a George Floyd, or I'm sorry, or George Kirby.
Facts. And here's the thing, I want to make sure that I have an informed opinion, not just an opinion. So I want to be on the right side of history. Because here's the thing, I mean, here's the ugly thing about it. This is the same policies, these are the same people, the slave master mentality, the same party that Abraham Lincoln had to fight against, the radical Republicans, the civil rights movement, who they had to fight against. It was all Democrats that wanted all that crap, segregation, Jim Crow laws, etc. All Democrats. They have fought against all civil rights legislation. It's been Republicans that has voted for all civil rights legislation all through history. It's been Republicans. And I always tell my base.
Now, when you tell people that are Democrats that, they usually have either no response, they'll say that ain't true, or they'll say that was back then. And now, of course, the main one, their favorite answer to anything that you point out truth-wise about politics, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they'll say this: yeah, but Trump a racist though. Yeah, they'll say you're a liar, Sean. They'll say that was then, no, that was old. I don't know about all that back then. But they'll always put this catch-all phrase. Yeah, but Trump a racist though. And then they'll try to support it. Y'all saw the support beam? They'll try to support it by saying he didn't want Section 8 people or black folks living in his hotels or his apartments. And they got one more. They'll talk about the apartment thing, about how he said he only wanted Jews and rich people renting his units. And the other thing they'll say, he put up $25,000 for the Central Park 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. Them they two right there. Them they two right there. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's not about your color, it's just about the history, okay? The history is like Black Wall Street, 1921, they burned that down. I just left there, right? Thing is though, those blacks weren't Democrat. They were conservatives. Blacks didn't start voting Democrat until late 1939. And so it's like, so 1921, they burned that down. There wasn't conservative whites that burned it down. So we had to start telling the truth, and a lot of people are disingenuous, and we definitely need the truth. We just need the truth.
Yeah.
But Minnesota, I'm sorry, I had to get you.
No,
but
absolutely.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
that is definitely the symptom of liberalism. Had they just went around and burned down everything, they actually hurt more minorities by burning down their business. So, because their victim mentality created real victims.
Yep.
And they don't understand that. They don't understand that.
Right. And now, just so the viewers can get a more...
And my thing is this: people talk about how we've always had riots and riots have happened. The country was based on murder and rioting and all that. That's true. Yes, America was definitely started with the slaughtering and mass genocide of a people, of the indigenous people that were here. That is true. However, I've never seen white people burn down and riot and tear up their own shit. If somebody could please show me that and educate me on that, I would really appreciate it. I've yet to see it. I've yet to see people go and tear up their neighbors, the people that they live, the communities that they live in, the people that they shop with, buy things from, their supermarkets, their grocery stores, their clothing stores, their barber shops, their electronics store. I've never seen anybody other than black folks go and burn down that shit. I've never seen it. And my thing is this. The Central Park 5 shit happened back in the 80s. And I even understand the fact that you may not have liked what he did. But that don't mean he's a racist because he wanted to catch to what everybody believed at that time were the motherfuckers that did that shit to that lady had them boys' parents known this much about the law, half of them wouldn't have even been locked up. Half of them wouldn't have even been locked up. But they didn't know the law. And we talking all these years later, and I'm still saying it. I was a kid back then when that shit happened, but I'm saying it now. Niggas still don't know the law. Don't try to learn it, don't want to learn it, and don't even know about how to go about changing it. They just want to talk about what ain't right, that ain't right, and they shouldn't have did that. They didn't have to do that. I heard somebody say, talking about not George Floyd, but Rayshard Brooks. Somebody said that police officer could have just put him in his car and let him go home. And let him sleep it off. A drunk driver. Have you ever seen that? Where the police let a drunk driver lay in the car, stay in the car, and sleep it off? Motherfucker actually said that. Now, God forbid, had that police officer let that man sit in that car or left that man in that car and said sleep it off, that man then woke up and drove and killed somebody as a drunk driver. God forbid that would have happened. They would have said what? That police officer didn't do his job. That police officer should have took him to jail. That police officer knew he was driving under the influence. He should have locked him up. That's what they would have said to that dude. And they would have been right. And that police officer would have been and should have been held accountable for doing that shit. Plain and simple. But that's what it is. We are getting to a point to where, well, I'll finish it up.
Clear picture of what just happened. Can you just explain in your words what just went down?
Well, so farther over here, I'm coming this way, and I'm just recording the Mega family, and of course the racial slurs, the racial epithets, just hurling them out at one of the Trump sisters. And I'm just standing there, and he just noticed me standing there. He saw this hat, and that's the reason why I purchased it. Yep, so you can see it. He saw the hat, and he just definitely tried to come at me, but I'm not having that. I'm not. So, hey, yeah, I'm straight from Chicago, too. I mean, I can play tough guy if you want to, but, yeah, I'm not having that.
How do we have a dialogue with people like that and try to understand, and come together as a country? I mean, what kind of...
And that's pretty much it. I mean, they're going to go into further stuff and talk about it. You can go to his channel and see the rest of the interview, but I just wanted to just quickly to come on here and just to show what happens when a real man stands up against tyranny. That dude was literally terrorizing those people. And he did it because he was a black dude, and he know that most white people are inherently afraid. You saw who he was talking to? An old ass white man and a white woman. Talking cash shit. And he was doing it because he knew he could get away with it because of the climate that we in now today. And that's actually a good segue into what I'm about my final thoughts on this. It's like this, man. We're in a time in our country where there is, and there has been for quite some time, a desire and a need for change. I'm all for any and everybody that's in this country, that's supposed to be in this country, getting better, and doing what's right. Let's be righteous in what our endeavors are. I am so for that. I'm all for us doing the right thing and the best thing for all people. But I am not and will not ever be an advocate for throwing our entire country upside down on its heels for such a small percentage of people that feel some kind of way. I am not for and will never be for a group of people that want to tear down what has been and what has been put together and what is now to date the greatest country in the world, flaws and all, just for a few people who feel some kind of way. And the thing is this: when you look at the shit that's going on in Seattle, the shit that's going on in New York, the shit that's going on in Atlanta, all this shit that's going on in all these other places, I'm telling you right now, what they trying to ask for, they really don't want. Because the motherfucker who's sitting back, licking their chops at this, are the criminals. The criminals are praying that they defund the police. I know if I was one, I would. I'd be supporting it. I'd be wearing t-shirts for it. I'd be spray painting it all over my neighborhood, all over my set, on all my territory. I'd be like, spray paint that shit. The criminals are wanting this too. And the people that really think that this is a good thing, and just looking at, like he was saying, like Deron was saying, looking at what's happening right now, you're not looking at what's happening 5 years down the road, 4 years down the road, 6 months down the road. Everybody that's black, all you niggas that think once Trump is out of office, life is gonna be good, you are sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Because you have no political base, you have no true leverage, you have no power. And all you're doing is trading in one evil for another. That's all you're doing. That's it. The thing about Democrats, they thrive. They need. You are the batteries and the lifeblood of their power because they need you to be struggling. They need to be able to threaten the Republicans and the rest of the world with this that's happening right now. Well, if you guys don't listen to us, you saw what happened. You saw what happened with George Floyd. You saw what happened with COVID. That's their tool to keep you living hand to mouth so you'll do whatever they tell you, whenever they tell you, just like you just did. That's their leverage. That's their power. They got your dumb ass ready to jump and tear down and shout and walk around and talk cash shit at the drop of a dime or wherever they point and say go. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. That's all they do. That's what this is. So everybody that think, yeah, we winning, man, we didn't get them. Everybody who was on the, and you notice the thing that I know, you know the thing that I realized too. Every time when the shit don't work out for the Democrats, when the bullshit do come about, when the truth actually does surface, they never say shit. They never criticize. They never get on their own. They never say anything to them. Just like old Bubba Smollett pulled a straight Juicy. Juicy, I mean. Juicy Smollett straight lied. Liberals and Democrats didn't say shit. Bubba Smollett, Juicy's brother, lied. Didn't nobody say nothing. You just keep on, walk on by. Had Trump fucked up George Floyd's name, it would be all over. It would be over 75% of the people who I know who got social media would be on their page. Nancy Pelosi does it. Everybody talks about Trump is a rapist and a racist. Joe Biden, I'm going to let that walk on by. Joe Biden tell you some fuck shit, say some fuck shit. Oh, well, that was way back then, though. He done changed. Okay. How? If that man had any fuck, if he gave any kind of fuck about black folks, you think you'd have seen a little bit of it in 40 years of politics, wouldn't you? You think in his hometown, you'd see, oh man. You think you'd see it. You think you would see if Hillary Clinton gave a fuck about black folks? You think you see it. But she walks around with hot sauce in her purse. Right. And we okay with that. My thing is this. Does Trump say stupid shit? All the time. About to say something right now and I don't even know it. You don't even know it. But Trump don't walk around with hot sauce in his suit jacket pocket. Trump don't throw on fucking kente cloth. Now he might tomorrow, but he hasn't so far. Trump ain't telling black folks, hey, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He's telling the truth and saying, what do y'all have to lose? Because you ain't got shit with these Democrats in 60 fucking years. Facts. Telling the truth, and we literally got offended by him telling the truth. What do y'all have to lose? These Democrats ain't did shit for y'all in 60 years. Why not give me a chance? Niggas was beyond pissed off when he said just that. What do y'all have to lose? Now, when you turn around and say, well, what has Trump done for black folks? Well, he did the crime reform bill, which got a lot of niggas out of jail. Crickets. Hey, he gave black colleges a whole bunch of motherfucking money to the point where they ain't got to come back and beg every year like they had to do 8 times with Obama. Crickets. You know, he also made it all of the black colleges that had religious, it's the colleges that were the African American colleges that were religious based. They were banned from getting federal money. Turn that shit around. That's 4 things right there in 4 years that directly impact and affect niggas. Nothing. No thanks, Trump. No shout out to Trumpy for changing the motherfucker. None of that. None of that whatsoever. Name me 4 things Obama did in 8 years that directly impact black folks. Giving all of the motherfucking HBCUs funding, not here go a little money, here go a little. Nope, I'm gonna fund you motherfuckers for the next 10 years. Who done did that? Biden could have did it. He could have done it. He was in the White House, nigga, for 8 years. Obama could have did it. He was in the White House for 8 years. Nothing. Chicago been a fucking death inferno. 8 years. Neither one of them said or did nothing.
You know, it's quite tragic what's going on in Chicago. Even though I have a house that's a few blocks over, but they can't come on my block anyway because I have police, CPD, on both corners.
For those of you who didn't know that, everybody talk about, yeah, Barack Obama house is in the hood. Yes and no. Barack Obama and I believe Farrakhan house, or one of Farrakhan houses is over there. But I'll tell you this much. You couldn't even go down the fucking block that Obama house was on because there was a police fucking vanguard there 24/7. You couldn't walk down that fucking block without being contacted by a police officer and watched by CPD. Facts. Whether they was there or whether they were not. That block was on lockdown. The neighborhood was on lockdown. That's what it was. That's what it is. All I'm saying is this, man. We're in a time where it's a lot of shit that's going to change, and it's a lot of shit that's going to be fucked up. And I'm telling y'all right now, for the people that are living in these cities, for the people that are living in these communities that are fucked up, don't you dare believe, don't you dare think for one moment, that these Democrats are going to look out for your ass. Don't you dare think for one moment that these Republicans going to look out for your ass. You have to do it for yourself. And one of the first things you need to do is get you a CPL, concealed carry license, concealed pistol license, whatever they call it in your city, in your town. You better get one. Because I'm telling you right now, when there ain't no jobs, crime goes up. When the money gets low, the hungriness shows, niggas better get the fuck out the house. I'm telling y'all right now. All my people that's in the hood, y'all better tool up and get ready. Because this shit ain't gonna get no better. And motherfuckers better hope Trump win again. You better go vote and hope that he wins again. Because if you don't, and these Democrats get in there, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do already. They're going to let shit get even worse. And they're going to say it's because of Trump. And they're going to say that's why we can't do nothing for you yet. And they're going to wait until you are down and fucking out to where you'll accept whatever crumbs they're willing to give you. And all the while you suffering, they'll be living in their ivory towers, in their gated communities, looking down on you like the pieces of shit they truly believe that you are. That's why they can't remember your name. Because you don't matter. You never have mattered. And you never will matter until you are willing to threaten and change their way of life. The more you depend on them, the more you cater to them, they will continuously pander to you. They will continuously disrespect you. And they will continually insult your very intelligence. All in the name of George Kirby. Right. All right. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to everybody that's supported the show. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for clicking the subscribe button. Please share this. Please leave me your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. And again, to the handful, the 3 or 4 motherfuckers that's gonna dislike this video, if you leave a comment, please make it a complete thought. Just don't say you're a joke. Please, let's put something in there to say, when you said this is what I don't like, so I can at least respond to it. If it's factual, please. But I know you're going to do what you need to do because you're fucking trolls, but it's all good. All right, let me go ahead and give a shout out to everybody that donated on tonight. CJ Gunn hit your boy off with $6.57. See, I can't always show financial support, but I definitely do support such a great channel. Thanks. Hey, thank you so much, CJ. You do so much for me as a moderator. I just totally appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. You keep the chat going. You keep deleting the motherfuckers that's supposed to be deleted. It ain't that many, but you still do it. And you always posting up my channel. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, let's see who else I got. Miss Lady Sunday, she hit your boy off with the $4 challenge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me go over here to this young Cashy Appy, and we're going to get it on up out of here. My man Troy Sherman hit your boy off with the $1 challenge. He's here for me and my wife, Rebecca. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That's what's up. Salute to you, brother. And let's see who else I got. One more here. Oh, my man No Brass hit your boy off with $5. He's here for a great show. Hey, thank you so much, man. And also my man Tez from Tsunami Detail. Go to Tsunami Detail and check him out. He hit me up with $5 as well. I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the show, for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And also I want to give a shout out to everybody in Soto Nation. And last but definitely not least, I want to give a shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. If you have not seen A Fatherless America, you need to go to afatherlessamerica.com, download, purchase, stream the movie. I'm telling you, it will definitely change your life. It is a great film. It's been out for over a year and it is doing wonderful. So keep supporting that, brother. Keep supporting the movie. And till next time, hey man, I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redman. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. Make sure you subscribe to that channel as well if you have not. But I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, checking out the show. Shout out to my man Deron. I said Darrell. Damn it. Deron Slater. Thank you, sir, for standing your ground up against a just outright puss ass nigga. I swear for Lord. I couldn't put it no other way. But thank you for articulating yourself. Thank you for not zipping up your nigga suit all the way up. You just zipped it halfway, showed your chest hair, your taco meat, and said, yeah, get on out the car if you want to try it. And you see he did. He rolled on out. But that's what it takes, man. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. We all as Americans, we all as black folks, we all as niggas, we should at the very least, be able to say what we want to say, vote for who the hell the fuck ever we want to vote for. Those two things, we should be able to do it. And if anybody ever encroaches on that, anybody ever tries to impede on that, tread on that, that's what the Second Amendment is for. To back that shit up. Stop letting people that you know especially make you feel bad about who you want to vote for, who you want to listen to, who you want to watch, who you want to contribute to. Stop letting people make you feel bad because of that. All of that coon fucking culture shit is stupid. It's stupid. Be man enough and be woman enough to just simply stand up for what's right. Be man enough, be woman enough to stand up for the truth, for the facts. If you're not standing on truth and facts, you're literally living a lie. Why live a lie? It makes no sense. Be a man, being a woman, being an adult. As an adult, you should be rooted in those two things. Truth and facts. And support it all with logic. Make your decisions logically, not emotionally. Your feelings are fine. It's okay to feel the way you feel. Just don't make decisions based on your feelings. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace and soul. You know I was going to do that, did you? Y'all have a good night, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Peace, and I'm out.